Hello and welcome to Dawn of Design. Okay, so here I go again. I bent this wire around this oval, the back of this oval mould, and I've taken my smallest circular piece on this and turned it into a loop. Next, I'll just get my resin together and yeah, I'll be back in a mo. Okay, so for the next one down, we're going to put some of these crystals around, and I'm just laying it round to see how far it'll, how much it needs basically. I'll start again. Okay, now I'm gonna have to push that down. There, that one. So I'm just going to cut that. Oh, I've just lost it. Well, you don't need to see me do it again, so I'll do that. I'll cut it down and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I've turned the mould over and I have cut the bigger one, middle one, and the smaller one. Get some clear resin. Sorry, couldn't quite reach. Oh, I need to put some more in. Hold on. There we are. And then when we've done all this, we'll put it all on tape so it won't move around. So I want to put it all around the outside, and hopefully it'll fit behind the stave there in this jewellery mould that I have never used, but it's going to be used for this. Okay, I think it's not quite staying, is it? Just have to make sure there's enough that it's not pulling away. There we are. And we'll do the same to both of these. Okay, it should be enough anyway. I just wanted to be certain. So here we go. I'm going to put that behind there, and then hopefully it won't move too much when I try and move it around. Get off to your side. There we are. All right. Move that out of the way. It's another way of making bezels as well. Come on. Okay. I could have sworn I measured this correctly, but it's okay because look, you can push it round. I perhaps pulled it more than I did. Oh, I'll just cut that one. There we are. And look, that resin's crept away. Okay. Fingers crossed. There we go, that's that one. I'll get on with the other one. It's going to be done exactly the same, in exactly the same way, and I'll be back when that's cured. So there we are. I've also gone round the inside portion of these, and they should come out without any problem at all as a solid object. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to now go and get some tape, and I'm going to get everything set up, and I'll be right back. So I've got that piece on tape, and I'm just going to put a layer of this. It's a mica powder. I don't know whether you can see, but it's a reddish colour, but it's got a pink sort of colour change to it. It's not ever so clear in here. It's not as clear as the green was yesterday. Let's go. Just check there's no powder stuck at the bottom, because I left it a few minutes to debubble. And I know it won't debubble totally, but just enough that we can get away with blasting it once or twice. And look, you can see there's lots of little micro bubbles still in there, but it should be okay. Just hold that. Okay. Put that join. Let me just turn this because it's all slipping to one side. There we are. That should do. Just wipe my brush off a bit, because I shouldn't be using this colour again, you see. Right, so let's just give it one blast and another, and I might leave it a few minutes more. I'll come back when that's cured. Okay, so that's that part complete, and I don't know, you might be able to see the pink in that now. It's not as obvious as the green one, but it doesn't really need to be. Let's see, hopefully my brush isn't going to add too much pink to the clear. Excuse me. I'm just going to put a thin layer inside, then we're going to try and place these other ovals in. I'm going to go to the edge just to make sure, and if it pulls away a little bit it doesn't matter, because we're not going to the edge with this particular part, but we're going to just do that anyway. There we are. Okay. Tweezers, where have I put those there? Okay. So we've got the larger one. I'm not quite sure which way to do this. I might just do it straight in the middle. That's not quite right, is it? Whoop, get off. Oh. I'll pull it down just a little more. Okay. And then this one. How's that? Keeps wanting to go the wrong way, but we'll get it sorted. That looks better. But still, neither are quite right. That one looks better. Do you know what? I think that'll do. Does it look right? Okie dokie. I think at this point we're going to cure that just to make sure. Okay, so let's straighten up a bit. Right, so I'm going to leave the outside as it is. And in the middle one, if I can manage to do it without making too much of a mess, I'm going to put some gold flake. There we are. Right. That shouldn't take too much because, of course, it's quite narrow. Oh, I've just seen a hair and I don't know where it went. Good. Good grief. It's gone right in between. Okay. We need to just chop some more up. There it is, I found the hair. I must need to change my paper, the foils are trying to stick to it. This hair's getting in the way. I thought I'd got it, but no, it's gone now. Okay. gone in between the bristles. Never mind. And it's nearly done. How's that look? I think that'll do. I really do. Okay, so I'll get that cured and I'll see you when that's done. Just trying to get this gold flake out of my brush and it won't come. Never mind. Okay, so for the middle bit, first of all I'm going to put some clear resin in. And then we're going to, not too much obviously, I haven't got too much space. And then with my white glitter, the fine stuff, do I do the fine stuff or shall I do the heavier stuff? I think the heavier stuff, where's that gone? This, beautiful, absolutely stunning, and it's got the same purple pink colour in it as the pink that shines through on the background, so fingers crossed. This is a mix of big and small, and I'm just sticking my brush in liberally. We'll be able to see the red, but we'll also have this, and then I've got some flowers that I want to put on there. And I must apologise for yesterday's video. My camera did cut out. I don't know how many of you watched the first part, but the second part hopefully says it all. Yeah, I had to put it on in 2 parts because I, at the moment, am filming on my phone camera, and for some reason the editing part of it will not let me add on another video. So yeah, if anybody's got any clues, please help, because when that does happen it's devastating, and I liked it enough that I wanted to put it on. It has happened before and I've had to do it, but and then another time I didn't post. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, but anyway, I do apologise for that. Right, let's get that cured and I can put the flowers on it. Right, so let's put a little resin, and fingers crossed it doesn't stand too proud when I put the flowers on. We'll see, won't we? So I'm going to pick the flowers up and squish them, because they are baby's breath and we want them flatter than they actually naturally, than they naturally are. Okay, get my brush, pick that up. Okay, that's the other one with a bend in it, so we're going to do exactly the same with that. Oh no, oh my goodness. Right. Come on. It's not behaving, is it? There we are. And then I've got a straight one somewhere. And we're just going to do exactly the same with that. Squish it. And we're going to put that up here. It's just grabbing onto everything, which is a little bit weird. Okay, so that's going to go and cure. First of all, I'll just make sure everything's as flat as it can be. Move my flowers out of the way and I'll be back. Right, there we are. So I don't know whether I want to put a bit of gold foil at the bottom there or not. Whether there's enough gold foil on there. I might leave it. So first of all, we're going to cover up the flowers. Make sure there are no bubbles in there. Okay. There is a bit stuck up there, so I might have to just do that again. I've gone over slightly there. And that's going to cure, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so having not thought about this properly, I should have done the back coat higher, but this is how we're going to do it. I don't normally cover the stones. I prefer them for myself to be uncovered. But we're going to have to do it because it's my own fault. I left it too, I mean, they'll still shine. I just don't know whether there'll be as much depth. Yeah, with the back coat being so low, I hadn't thought that it would be quite, what am I trying to say? Come on, Devon. I'm trying to say that I thought it would be okay and we wouldn't have to cover them. I suppose that's what I'm saying. So let's just go for a full coverage. It'll still look nice. You can still see the shine. You must be able to anyway. I could have done it from the bottle actually, couldn't I? Look. We're just going to skip it round the edges like that. I will be doing another top coat on top of this one, but for the moment this will cure. Got a couple of little bubbles in there, so we'll sort that out. But because you've seen me do one top coat, I won't make you sit through another. It's just the same, but I'm going to take it right to the edge. Okay, and I'll see you when it's done. Okay, finally. So I've done another top coat. I've also done a back coat, and I'm really quite pleased with, you know, I had this thing about covering up these crystals, but look at that. How pretty are they? I didn't think they'd shine as much covered up, so that's taught me a lesson. Okay, so I've decided we are going to use this one, and I have my little bale that, whoop, I'm all thumbs. I've had to put a spare pair of gloves on top because my gloves were so sticky. So, and they're too big. Right. Okay, so I've put a cord here. I may change my mind and put a chain in it, but for today's purposes, here's the cord going in. And then the pendant, and we're going to squeeze. And my grip's not great, so bear with me. Right, how about that? It's quite a big pendant, but some people like them large. I'll take a picture and I'll make that the thumbnail. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. Hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.